Namaskaram. We are on Bhagavad Gita, and until yesterday we have seen up to chapter 9. Today we are to continue with chapter 10. The chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, which is called Vibhuti Yoga, is what we will be seeing today, sloka by sloka, and my interpretations, analysis on that. Let us see it together as normally we look at it. When we look at Bhagavad Gita, we have to see that in accordance with the earlier chapters, as always I kept discussing, because Bhagavad Gita is written in such a manner where connectivity is maintained from one chapter to another chapter. From the previous chapter, it goes into this, the present chapter. And the present chapter also will have few slokas which can easily be connected to the next chapter. In that context, when we look at Bhagavad Gita, here in this Vibhuti Yoga, which is actually in essence of what has happened in 7, 8 and 9, as taking us closer to Bhagavan as a yogi, reaching into such a place where we can now visualize Bhagavan in his full form. Also, this becomes an introduction to the next chapter, because next chapter is going to be one of the most wonders of this whole scriptures, or whatever so far happened in this whole world, as Vishwarupa Darshanam. The real form of Bhagavan is shown. Now here, when earlier chapters, if you look at chapter 2 onwards, is Bhagavan's preachings. Chapter 1, there were more than 21 slokas, almost half number of slokas. Out of 47, 21 slokas are by Arjuna. From chapter 2, we have 6 slokas as questions from Arjuna, out of 72 slokas total. So maybe one question for 12 slokas if you want to see mathematics of ratio in that. Chapter 3 had 3 slokas. Then chapter 6 had major number of 5 slokas out of 47 slokas. Now in this chapter is very special because Arjuna has got a chunk of 7 slokas in total out of 42 slokas, and 35 slokas are by Bhagavan. This probably is one which is a large number as far as the questions to Bhagavan is concerned. But the next chapter is going to be much more larger. Out of 55, 33 are not Arjuna's descriptions. So here also it is not questioned by Arjuna. It's actually like an introduction to the next chapter where he is going to make 33 slokas as comments. Here the 7 slokas are comment from Arjuna. That is what is going to see in this chapter. And Vibhuti, generally colloquial terms, Vibhuti means ashes, the sacred ashes. But here Vibhuti means Vistaram, Aishwaryam. Vistaram means elaborate. Aishwaryam means most glorious. So here Bhagavan is a Andaryami who has shown his power and then he declared that he is Bhagavan. Now here we are going to see the great wealth and luxuriousness of the opulence of the absolute Bhagavan, the reality. Here Vibhuti is the glorious form, the incarnation power, the God-man, the divine achievement, and the divine virtues of Bhagavan. The wonders or wondrous phenomena showing the power, beauty, and all that sublimity and the such power which supreme objects of worship is getting attracted to Bhagavan. So that is what we are going to see in this chapter. Sloka 1 to 7 is where the description of God's glories and power of yoga with the fruits of their knowledge is what is explained. And then the 8th to 11 is close to bhakti, the fruits of glory is what Bhagavan explains. Then 12 to 18, those 7 slokas are the Arjuna's offers of prayers and praises to Bhagavan. The Lord description and his glories and the power of yoga as seen by Arjuna is what we can see here. Probably this is where one place where we can see a shift from Arjuna in the earlier chapters. Earlier chapter, the concept of questions, visualizing it. See, probably for example in the 8th chapter where Arjuna had a few slokas, most of the descriptions were based on the self, the me. The question was, the 8th sloka, Akshara Brahma Yogam, explains about the yoga practices and such things. As in the sloka where he started the discussions by asking King Tad Brahma Kim Adhyatmam Kim Karma Purushottama Adhibhudam Cha Kim Proktam Adhidevam Kim Uchyate Adhiyatnaha Katak Kotra Katham Kotra Dehasmin Madhusudana Prayana Kale Cha Katham Yatnosi Niyatatmabhihi Prayana Kaleja. That means he is worried about his end life. What is going to happen at the end? If you look at 6th chapter, the Atma Samyamana Yoga, where there are 5 slokas as questions about how yoga happens. And when Bhagavan explains, Arjuna feels that it is very difficult to do it. He says it is as difficult as stopping the wind. And Bhagavan slightly transforms Arjuna from the state of Karpanya Dosham, nothing is possible, I am in tension and such cases to a place where Arjuna could tell it is very difficult. That means it is not impossible. And then Bhagavan says, Abhyasena tu kaundeya, if you practice it is possible. So that is all regarding the self, the actor, the student. Now there is a shift from that to the 10th chapter. The major shift is where it is not a question, it is comment by Arjuna and not about him, about his problem, about the character's problem, not about the actor's problem, but he is praising the God, the director himself. Therefore, there is a shift from the self to the director or to the God. the first time probably these 7 slokas which becomes an such glories of Bhagavan is explained so that it becomes an introduction for the next chapter, which is the Vishwarupa Darshanam. So let us go through the slokas one by one. Here, sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Vibhuti Yogam, sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Bhuya eva mahabaho Srunume paramam vachaham Yatteham priyamanaya Vakshyami hidakamyayam. Bhuya eva mahabaho. Again, bhuya, repeated. Eva, the variety, as described earlier. Mahabaho, a mighty armed Arjuna. Srunume paramam vachaha. Listen, I am going to tell paramam vachaha, the topmost thing in the world. The best teaching of the best teaching. The best of the best jnanam is what I am going to tell you. Yatteham priyamanaya. Yatteham priyamanaya. That aham, which me, priyamanaya. You are, why am I telling you this? Because you are my closest. You are my best friend. Priyamanaya. Yatteham, which I am going to tell you because you are close to me. Vakshyami hidakamyayaha. Vakshyami, desiring, why? Your welfare. Hidakamya. What is good for you? Just it is because it is good for you, I am explaining you the best of the best knowledge. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Bhuya eva mahabaho Srunume paramam vachaha Yatteham priyamanaya Vakshyami hidakamyaya. Now sloka number 2. Name vidu suraganaha prabhavam namarshayah ahamadirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Maharshinam cha sarvashah. Na me vidu suragana. Na me vidu suragana. Na, no, me, and how? Suragana, the celestial gods. Prabhavam na maharshayaha. Prabhavam, the origin. Na maharshayaha. Origin is no origin of a maharshi can be seen outside me. Origin of me has to be told by whom? Suryagana, all the celestial gods, all the maharshis. Ahamadarhi devanam. Because I create the maharshis and celestial gods, how can they talk about me? I am going to give you the ultimate knowledge, Vibhuti Yoga. That is my appearance as the glorious form is what I am going to explain. Who will tell this? This is supposed to be told by the rishis, maharshis, devas, but they will not be able to tell this because I am the one who created them. So my origin is much before their origin. So how they will be able to explain my origin, my vibhuti, my appearance? They will not be able to explain that. Aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha. Neither maharshis nor devas will be able to tell this because I am the one who created them. They cannot, I myself have to tell because I am the origin. Name vidu suryaganaha prabhavam, the starting. Prabhavam namaharshayaha ahamadirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashaha. I am the one who has to tell this. Now, yo മാമജാനാദിം ച വേത്തി ലോകമഹേശ്വരം അസമ്മൂഢ സമർത്ഥ്യേഷു സർവ പാപൈ പ്രമുച്യത്തെ. സർവപാപൈ പ്രമുച്യത്തെ. യോ മാമജനാദീം ച വേത്തി ലോകമഹേശ്വരം അസമ്മൂഢ സമർത്ഥേഷു സർവ പാപൈ പ്രമുച്യത്തെ. യോ മാമജനാദീം ച. യോ who, ma'am, me, unborn, not taken birth, ajan, who is not taken birth, anadin, the beginningless, doesn't have a start, and vetti lokamaheshwaram, no loka, the whole universe, Maheshwaram, the Supreme Lord. Vetti Loka Maheshwaram. No birth, no origin. Known to any of these people. Na mameja janamadim cha. My birth is not known to anybody. Vetti Loka Maheshwaram, which is not known to anyone. Why? Sammudha samartheshu sarva papai പ്രമുച്യത്തെ. സമ്മൂഢ സമർത്ഥ്യേഷു, undeluded, they among mortals, sarva pape pramuchyate, from all the evils are freed from all of them. Those who know that I am unborn, I am without any beginning, I don't have an origin, and as the Supreme Lords of the whole universe, among all the mortals are free from the illusions and released from all evils, because they don't know my origin. They are all known to saintly people once they know, and they know, but they are in a delusion. They are in confusion. They will not know, because such thing never is that common. Yo mamajanadim cha vetti lokamaheshwaram asammudha samartheshu sarva papai pramuchyate. Now, sloka number 4 and 5 chanted together. Buddhir jnanama sammoha ക്ഷമാ സത്യം ദമ ശമ സുഖം ദുഃഖം ഭവോ അഭാവോ ഭയം ച ഭയമേവ ച അഹിംസ സമതാ തുഷ്ടി സ്തപോ ദാനം യശോ അയശഃ ഭവന്തി ഭാവാ ഭൂതാനാം മത്ത ഏവ പൃഥഗ്വിദാഃ. ബുദ്ധിർ ജ്ഞാനമ സമ്മോഹഃ. ബുദ്ധിർ ജ്ഞാനമ സമ്മോഹഃ. ബുദ്ധിർ intellect, ജ്ഞാനം the knowledge, സമ്മോഹം clarity of thought. ബുദ്ധിർ ജ്ഞാനമ സമ്മോഹഃ. ബുദ്ധി ജ്ഞാനം സമ്മോഹം. ക്ഷമ സത്യം ദമ ശമ സുഖം ദുഃഖം ഭാവം അഭാവം ഭയം no bhayam evacha, different things, all which who has, all the jivatmas have, all the gunas, all the characters, all of them are created by me. That is what Bhagavan is explaining in this sloka 4 and 5. Buddhir jnanam asammoha. Buddhi intellect, jnanam sammoham knowledge, asammoham clarity of thoughts and no clarity of thoughts, both. Kshama, Satyam, forgiveness. Satyam is truthfulness. Dhamma, the control over the senses. Shama, control of the mind. Sukham, dukkham. Bhavo is birth. Dukkham is sorrow. Sukham is happiness, joy. Bhavo, birth. Bhavo, abhava. Abhavo, abhavo. Bhavam, birth. Abhavam, death. Bhayam, cha abhayam, fear. And courage. Evacha, etc. All of them are created by me. That is what Bhagavan says. Ahimsa, samata, tushti, tapodanam, yasho, ayashaha, bhavandi bhavabhudanam, matta eva, pridhagvida. Ahimsa, non-violence. Samata, equanimity. Tushti, containment, happiness, contentment, satisfaction. Tapo, austerity. Danam, charity. Yasho, fame. Yashaha, no fame. Bhavanti, arising. Bhava, qualities, all the qualities. All these qualities what I explained, for whom? Arising in Bhavanti, to whom? Bhudanam, every jivatma, every living being. Matta eva, pridhagvida, all that is varieties which I created. Ahimsa, samata, tushti, tapodanam, yasho, yashaha, bhavanti bhavabhudanam, matta eva, pridhagvidaha. Buddhirjnana, masammohaha, kshama, satyam, dhamma, shama, sukham, dukkham, bhavo, bhayam, cha abhayameva cha. Ahimsa, samata, tushti, tapodanam, yasho, yashah, bhavanti bhavabhudanam, matta eva, pridhagvida. All these are created by me. Now, Harshayaha, Saptapurve, Harshayaha, that great sages, Saptapurve, the 7 people who came before, the great sages, Chatvaro manavastadha, Madbhava manasa jata, Yesham loka imam prajaha. This is 6th sloka. Maharshayah saptapurve, Chatvaro manavasthada, Madbhava manasa jata, Yesham loka ima prajaha. Maharshayah saptapurve, those great sages, the 7 people, purve, before, Chatvara manavasthatha, the 4 manus, also, Madbhava manasa jata, Madbhava, born from me, manasa, my manas, jata, born, they are all taken from by my manas. It is me who created all of them. Esham loka ima prajaha. From them, in this world, all these people who came, that is Saptarshis who created the rest of the world. Manu, Bhrigu, Mariji, Atri, Pulahan, Pulastyan, Krutu, Vasishtan, and 4 Manus, Uttaman, Tamasan, Roshan, Raivan. All these, they are all people who taken my bhava, my manas. Therefore, they are my Manasaputras, most favorite people for my. And they are all taken birth out of me. Vyasa. Vyasa is my creation. Vasishta is my creation. Bhrigu, all of them are my creation. They took birth and they started spreading this to others. So that is how it happened. Therefore, that is how I am known to rest of the world. All traditions are from me. They know me perfectly well. Therefore, they started propagating my knowledge. Maharshaya saptapurve chatvaro manavastadha madbhava manasa jata esham loka ima prajaha. Then Sloka number 7. Etam vibhuti yogam cha mamayo vetti tattvataha soda vigambena yogena yujyate natra samshayaha. Etam vibhuti yogam cha. Etam, those glories which are vibhuti yogam, the divine power, and etam vibhuti yogam cha mamayo vetti tattvataha. Mamayo vetti tattvataha, that known as the truth. Evam vibhuti yogam cha, that divine power, the vibhuti yogam, the glory. Mamayo vetti tattvataha, knowing my truth, the reason for my birth, reason for my appearance, reason for my incarnation, reason for taking the manly form. That power, my vibhuti yogam, my power, so vigambena yogena, with unwavering, stable, in bhakti yoga, yujyate natra samshayaha, become united with me, never ever you have to have a doubt. Those who know the truth of my glories and divine powers, such people who know my real vibhuti yogam. Before Vishwarupa Darshanam, vibhuti yogam. Vibhuti yogam is the glory of me is seen by people through the real bhakti, unwavering. Vetti tattvataha, understand the truth, the inner sense. Vibhuti yogam cha. Like that, these people who knew, who the rishis, saptarshis, the Manu, and that tradition knew me. So vigambena yogena, without turbulence, total dedication, devotion, surrendering to me, yujyate, they get no doubt, they will become most powerful. They become united. They will become joined to me. Yujyate natra samshayaha. Without doubt, I can guarantee that they will join me. This is what Sloka 7 says. Now, up to 1 to 7 is where Bhagavan explained the glory of himself. And who knows this? What is my origin? What is my tradition? And with that fruits of knowledge, one will be able to achieve in the highest level. That is what Bhagavan says. Now, from 8th to 11, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, the 4 slokas, which explains the Bhakti Yoga, its fruits and glories. This is what gives a base for questions what Arjuna wanted to ask. He says, as earlier, I am the source of all the material of the world, Jnanam, everything. That's almost like a repetition of what we have seen from 6, 7, 8, 9 chapters. Aham sarva, sloka number 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate idi matva bhajande mam buddha bhavas samanyudaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, I am the creation, origin of all the sources. Mattas sarvam pravartate, everything proceeds, starts, joins, and originates from me. Mattas sarvam pravartate, it works from me. Idi matva bhajande mam, idi matva bhajande mam, having known, worshipping me. Idi matva bhajande mam buddha bhava samanyudaha. Buddha, earlier also we have said, Buddha means the wise, the great saintly people. You get into that level. Buddha bhava samanyudaha, you will become like a Buddha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, if you understand that I am the origin of all the creations. Mattas sarvam pravartate, everything works under me, if you know that. Idi matva bhajande mam, knowing that and worshipping me. Buddha bhava samanyudaha, you will get into that level, the highly saintly level, where you will join with me with the full devotion and faith. This is what sloka number 8. Now sloka number 9. Machchidamadgata prana bodhayandaha parasparam kathayandascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramandi cha മച്ചിത്ത മദ്ഗത പ്രാണ ബോധയന്ത പരസ്പരം കഥയന്തശ്ച മാം നിത്യം തുഷ്യന്തി ചരമന്തി ച. മച്ചിത്ത മദ്ഗതം പ്രാണ. മച്ചിത്ത, fix in me your manas. Your mind has to be totally surrendered to me. Mat chitta, keep your manas into me. Mad gata prana, having surrendered their life to me, the devotees, they always think about me, surrender totally to me. Bodhayanda parasparam. Bodhayanda parasparam, enlightening one another. The divine God is known to you and you think about God, and what will happen? The God will start thinking about you. That's what it says, parasparam. Parasparam bhavayantaha. We know, parasparam bhavayantaha. We truly reciprocate in the same style. Bodhayanda parasparam kathayandascha maam nityam. Kathayandascha, and speak about me. If you love me, definitely you must talk about me to somebody else. Otherwise, there is no point in, yeah, I love you. So what? If you love, it is your job to propagate what you are doing to others. So, if my bhaktas will start propagating about me continuously, tushyandicha, ramandicha, you get satisfaction and get delight. And doing so, what will happen? I will always think about you. The more you think and start describing my glories to others about me, I will start thinking about you. That is what the phalam, result is what? This is the result. So here is the benefit of thinking about Bhagavan is explained by Bhagavan himself. Machitto madgata prana, thinking about me and residing and posting your manas into my manas, fixing it there. Bodhayandha parasparam, that bodham will have parasparam, that bhavam, that correspondence will become anyonyam, parasparam. That will be a shake hand between both of us. That will be the contractual agreement. And I will continue to be residing inside you when I reside in your manas. And then you will reside in manas, my manas. Machitta madgata prana bodhayanda parasparam kathayandascha maam nityam tushyandija ramandija. That will make me happy and I will feel so delighted also. Now, sloka number 10. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pridipurvakam dadami buddhiyogam tam yena mamupayandite. Yena mamupayandite. Tesham satatayuktanam, tesham to them, satatayuktanam, staying very stable, without any turbulence, without any shivering, without any change over the manas. Bhajatam, engaging in full devotion. Preeti purvakam, with a total love. Bhakti and love, guaranteed, two things you give me. What is that you should give? Bhakti and love. You give it to me. That is what Bhagavan asking. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Then I will give you buddhi. Dadami, I will give you what? Divine knowledge. Divine knowledge is buddhi. Grace to get knowledge. Questions will come. You will start inquisitive, zeal, thirst for knowledge, quest for knowledge. That is buddhi yoga. Divine knowledge is that. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Give bhakti and love. Bhakti and love is there. Your concentration on those people who speak to you will automatically will happen. Once that happens, definitely you get little buddhi, little knowledge. Once you get little knowledge, definitely the rest of the things can be captured easily. These are not Bhagavan's words. This is practical learning mechanism for a teacher and a student. The methodology of teaching and learning is what Bhagavan is explaining. The whole Bhagavad Gita can be interpreted in that way. Especially the Bhakti Bhavam can be interpreted in that way. If you have to attend to a teacher, to a master, first you must have bhakti. Then you should have love. Love and bhakti together, concentration will come. When you have concentration, Shraddha will be there. When you have Shraddha, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. When you have Shraddha, definitely jnanam will come. When knowledge comes, the subsequent teaching also will become beneficial and useful for you. Tesham satatayuktanam. So stay focused to me. Bhajatam niti purvakam. With total love and devotion. Then what can I give you? I can give you knowledge. This is what every teacher does to a student. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Then I can give you buddhi, knowledge, divine knowledge. Enama upayandite. By which you can come and stay with me. You will be with me. You will become my disciple. That is how a guru and the shishya, the teacher and the student gets binded. The bondage comes from there. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam ena mamupayandite. A beautiful sloka for a student and a teacher relationship. This has to be noted. Student and teacher relationship. This is what is explained here. Now, sloka number 11. By giving knowledge, what will happen? Definitely you will rise to higher level. So definitely you can reach to his level and understand much better. Probably that is what will happen. Sloka number 11. Teshamevano anukambartha mahamatnana jam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavasto nanadipena bhaswata. Tesham eva anukambartham aham atnana ahamatnanajam tama aham atnana tamam nashayami atma bhavasto nashayami atma bhava stho nanadipena bhaswata tesham evanukambartham. For them, those people. Who are those people? Who surrender to me totally, fully focused, understand, for whom I have given knowledge and lifted them up with the divinity. Tesham anukambartham, out of compassion. Ahamatnanajam tama, I, born of ignorance and darkness, tama, darkness. Nashamashyatma bhavasto, I will destroy their darkness and ignorance. Both I can destroy. That means they get prajodayat. Enlightenment will happen to them. Nashama atma bhavasto. Nashayam, destroy. Nashayami atma bhavam. Within their heart, what will dwell? Bhavasto, something will dwell. What will dwell? That Jnanadipam. Jnanadipena bhaswata. The luminance of the lamp of knowledge will start getting lighted in their Atma. What is required? You want knowledge? Love and bhakti to Guru. That is what Bhagavan says. Nothing else. Buddhi is not required. Buddhi will come. Bhagavan will give you buddhi. Anybody who is a student in any classes, especially up to secondary grade, when somebody says my most favorite subject is mathematics, immediately I will ask them, oh, you love maths teacher, yeah? That's it. If you love the teacher, you have bhakti and devotion and full confidence in the teacher, automatically focus will happen. If focus happens, definitely knowledge will rise. When knowledge rises, whatever the teacher says will become acceptable to you. Therefore, you raise into higher and higher level. That Jnana Deepam Bhaswata, the knowledge will start rising in them. Essential. Tesham eva anukambartham. Tesham eva anukambartham. Maham atna najam tamaha. Atnajam tamaha. Aham atma najam tamaha. Aham atma najam tamaha. Nashayamyatma bhavasto. Nashayat, my residence will be in their heart. So I will start dwelling in them. What is the result? Nashayamyatma bhavasto jnanadipena bhaswata. These slokas of chapter 10, 9, 10, 11, they are actually the methodology of learning from a master what bhavam a student should have so that they can learn perfectly and the Jnana Deepam will start lighting inside them. This is what it says. So, this is actually the fruits of glory of bhakti. That is why 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th perfectly the bhakti yoga. This is the essence of bhakti yoga probably as a master and a student. Now having said this, now Arjuna had a question, or not question actually. Arjuna starts praising Bhagavan because he got a chance. Now this is where you see a shift in Arjuna from that me, my, self, my problems of practicing yoga, andakaleja what will happen. Practicing yoga is like stopping wind. Bhagavan says abhyasena tu kaunteya. But now that is not required. Arjuna understood. If you want to get knowledge, to understand everything, only bhakti and love is required. Having understood this, once you have bhakti and love, what you should tell? You must spell it out. Earlier also in the chapter, Bhagavan said, say, declare it, write it down, send a message, talk about him to everyone. This we already discussed earlier in the 9th chapter. So having said this, now Arjuna realized it took one more chapter. I don't know when those listening to me will get that brilliance what Arjuna got. Probably will not, because I am not that master like Bhagavan. So Bhagavan already said Arjuna, but still he didn't get. Now after one chapter, having the Bhakti Yogam, Shraddha is required. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. If you have Shraddha, then only jnanam will come. All that is said earlier also. Nothing affected. Now the Bhakti came. The love came. Oh, Bhagavan knows that Arjuna understood. How? Because the next few slokas, 7 slokas are that which comes from Arjuna describing what is Bhagavan for him. That is actually the bhakti. So, this is chapter 10, 12th and 13th slokas. Arjuna Uvacha, chanted together. Arjuna Uvacha, Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwadam Divya Madi Devamajam Vibhum Ahumstha Mrishayah Sarve Ahumstha Mrishayah Sarve Devarshir Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasaha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Jaiva Bravishime Swayam Jaiva Bravishime. Now Arjuna understood what? Paramam Brahma Param Dhama. Hey, Bhagavan, you are on the top of the supreme in the Brahman. Probably this is first time Arjuna is declaring his understanding about Bhagavan. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. You are the purifier, you are the purified, you are the best supreme, and Bhavan, you are the Bhagavan. Purusham Shashwadam Divyam, you are the personality eternal, Shashwadam Divyam, divine. Purusham Shashwadam Divyam, that personality who is eternal and divine, that is you. Adidevamajam Vibhum, the primeval being, the origin of everything is you. You are unborn. Ajam, Ajam is unborn. Adidevam, you are the first God. Ajam, you have not taken birth. Vibhum, you are the greatest, hey Bhagavan. Param Brahma Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashwadam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. Now, it is not that I said, I am not declaring all this. Ahusta Vrishaya Sarve. These are all declared by you yourself. No, not you yourself alone. Sages, Rishaya Sarve. All these are told by Rishis earlier. Devarshi Naradastadha. Narada is well known among them. Who declared that who are the greatest? You are the greatest person, which is already spread. Narada, Bhakti is very famous. Not that he have Bhakti towards Krishna and keep quiet. He keeps on traveling across the whole world and keep talking about Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. That is what a real Bhaktan should do. That is how the popularization is done by a student to a master. So, I know about you. Now that I realized. Arjuna did not realize it. Now I realized. Yes. I know. Devarshi Naradastadha. Devarshi Narada used to do this. Vyasa used to do this. Asido Devalo Vyasa. As other great personalities like Vyasa used to do it. Asit used to do. Deval used to do. Vyasa used to do. And Narada used to do. Swayam Jaiva Brivishime. Personally, even you are declaring yourself to me. Every people are telling about you, and now you yourself is telling me. What a great thing. What else is that I require? So you declared that you are great. Now I realized it. Hey Bhagavan. Arjuna Uvaja Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwadam Divyam Adidevamajam Vibhum Ahustva Mrishaya Sarve Deva Rishi Naradastadha Asido Devalo Vyasa Asida Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Brivishime Swayam Jaiva Brivishime. You yourself also told me that you are such a great person, and I realized it. Now, though late, Arjuna realized it. Good. Now, Sloka 14. Sarvameda Dhrutam Manye Yatnam Vadasi Keshava Nahite Bhagavan Viktim Vidurdeva na Danava Vidurdeva na Danava Sarvameda Dhrutam Manye Yenmam Vadasi Keshava Nehite Bhagavan Viktim Vidurdeva na Danavaha Sarva Meda Dhrutam Manye. Everything, Sarvam. Etat, this. Rhythm is the truth, the rhythm. Etat rhythm. This truth, manye, I accept. Everybody describes you like this, and you yourself is telling this, I accept. Oh, what a great Arjuna. In the second chapter itself, he has fallen on his feet and said, I am your Guru. And Guru has to explain what he is And now he says, yeah, now I realized. Yatnam vadasi Keshavaha. Which vadasi, me, told all Keshavaha, Sri Krishna. I understood now. Nahite Bhagavan Viktim. You are not a normal personality. You are not the supreme, that sort of a personality. You are the best. Neither you are the supreme Lord. Vidurdeva Nadanava. I can understand. You are not that sort of devas. Vidurdeva. The celestial gods. Not any can understand you. Why? Because you are such an indescribable person. And you yourself described me, all those people described me. Why other celestial people, some of the people don't understand? Because this is not that easily understandable. You see, I have taken 9 chapters to understand this. That is what Arjuna says. Vidur Devana Danava. Not demons, nor normal people, nor celestial gods. Everybody, every Vyaktis, every personalities cannot understand your supreme personality. Because to understand your supreme personality, one has to raise to that level. That requires a lot of focus, lot of knowledge, that divine knowledge, comparing. Then only I can understand. If you want to understand somebody's status, at least you should have little status there. If you don't have that, it is difficult to understand such great souls. That's what Arjuna says here. Arjuna is very clear now. Sorry, I asked you a lot of doubts, innocent doubts, because I did not understand your level. Now I realized why I did not understand perfectly. Because without love, without bhakti, if you don't focus, you don't understand. If you have bhakti and focus, definitely what is in your guru's mind will automatically come to you. It is not your responsibility. Listen. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Not enough. What is to be done? Practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Bhagavan already said, if you don't understand once, listen many times. That's it. Sarvame tadrutam manye. Yatnam vadasi Keshavaha nihide Bhagavan Viktim Vidurdeva Nadanavaha. Because you will not be tired listening to somebody if you love them. If you don't love them, you will get tired of listening to them. Therefore, definitely knowledge will not come. That's actually a teacher's and master's principle. Now, 15th sloka. Swayame vatmanatmanam Vetha tvam purushottama Bhudabhavana bhudesha Devadeva jagatpate Devadeva jagatpate. What else is required? The God of gods, the Lord of the universe, Jagatpate, Devadeva, the God of gods, Jagatpate, the God of universe. Arjuna really got a clear vision now. Therefore, your greediness will increase. When your greediness increases, definitely you will ask for more knowledge. That is why the next chapter Arjuna is asking, show me your real form. Now I realized. Now I can visualize internally. But not enough. My eyes have to see. Visualizing internally is darshanam. No, that is not enough. I want to have drishti also. This is because of this sloka. So this sloka 15 is actually an introduction to the next chapter, 11th chapter. 11th chapter is Vishwarupa Darshana. Swayame vatmanatmanam. I am surrendering, putting myself totally into you, hey Bhagavan. Swayame vatmanatmanam. Putting me into you, into me, and I into you. All that mixes happen. Yogas happens like that. I in you and you in me. Vethatvam purushottama. No, you know. Supreme Personality, Purushottama, you know. Buddha Bhavana Bhudesha, the creator of all the living being. Buddha Bhavana, Bhudesha, the Lord of everything in the world. You are such a person. Deva Deva Jagatpate, God of gods and the Lord of the universe. Salutation to you. Help me to wake up. Take me up. Only you can do that. Only you know me. Swayame you indeed know me, and I am under you. Vethatvam Purushottama Buddha Bhavana Bhudesha Deva Deva Jagatpade. So, having said this, 16 and 17 is chanted together. What does it say? Vaktamarhasya Sheshena Divya Hyatma Vibhudayaha Yabhir Vibhudi Birlogan Imam Stham Vapyatishtasi Katham Vidyamaham Yogin Katham Vidya Aham Yogim Tvam Sada Parijindayan Keshu Keshu Jabhaveshu Chindyosi Bhagavan Maya Chindyosi Bhagavan Maya Vaktumarhasya Sheshesa Vaktumarhasya Sheshena Vaktumarhasya Sheshena Vaktum, to describe. Arhasi, please do it. Asheshena, without leaving anything balanced, that means completely. Vaktumarhasya Sheshena, to describe without leaving anything. Your Divya Vibhuti Yogam spread in this world. Tell me more on that. That is what Arjuna is asking. Divya Hyatma Vibhutiyaha. Divya Hyatma Vibhutiyaha. About your divine, Divyam, divine, your own Vibhutiyaha, your own appearance in the full-fledged human form. About that glaring form. Yabhir Vibhuti Birlogan, by which Vibhuti Yogam, the whole Logam, by which appearance of yours, the whole world, Imams Tvam, they come and then stay in you, or they have focus in you. Vapyatishtati, reside, pervade, continue to stay. That state will come to you. Kadam Vidyamaham Yogim. How shall I know? Kadam Vidyamaham. How do I get that knowledge? Yogim, about the master, the Yogamaya of you. Stvam Sada Parijindayan. You always, Parijindayan, you are always meditating on such a state. Keshu Keshu Jabhaveshu. In what and what forms you stay. Tell me all the descriptions, in what form. What is your Maya? How do you appear? How do you make meditating into yourself and then show your power and source of energy into us? Chindyosi Bhagavan Maya. To be of that great thought. It is a thought-provoking activity which you are doing, the form in which you are present. Chindosi Bhagavan Maya. You are that divine supreme personality. Hey Bhagavan, please explain that to me. That is what Arjuna is asking. So what is that sloka 16 and 17? Vaktumarhasya Sheshena Divya Hyatma Vibhutayaha Yabhir Vibhuti Lokan Imams Tvam Vapyatishtasi Imams Tvam Vapyatishtasi Katham Vidyamaham Yogin Katham Vidyamaham Yogin Stvam Sada Parijindayan Keshu Keshu Jabhaveshu Chindosi Bhagavan Maya. Chindosi Bhagavan Maya. It is beyond thoughts. Therefore, your explanation, description is very, very essential to understand. Now, sloka number 18 on Vibhuti Yoga. വിസ്തരേണാത്മനോ യോഗം വിസ്തരേണാത്മനോ യോഗം വിഭൂതിം ച ജനാർദ്ദന ഭൂയ കഥയ തൃപ്തിർഹി ശൃണ്വതോ നാസ്തി മേ മൃതം ശൃണ്വതോ നാസ്തി മേ മൃതം വിസ്തരണോനാത്മനോ യോഗം വിസ്തരേണാത്മനോ യോഗം വിസ്തരേണാത്മനോ യോഗം വിസ്തരേണ ഇൻ ഡീറ്റെയിൽ യുവർ ആത്മനോ യോഗം ദ ഡിവൈൻ ഗ്ലോറി വിഭൂതിം ച ജനാർദ്ദന യുവർ വിഭൂതി യോഗം ദ അപ്പിയറൻസ് ഇൻ ദ ഫുൾ ഗ്ലോറി ഏ ജനാർദ്ദന ഭൂയ കഥയ തൃപ്തിർഹി ഭൂയ again and again describe it kathayaha describe it again and again in detail triptirhi satisfaction for full satisfaction because why because srunvato having heard nasti I am not me amrutam that amrutam is not satisfiable to me. That means it is not enough. I want more and more. It is amrutam. It is a nectar. It is that sweet. Therefore, what you should do? Keep on describe it again and again. Shrunuto nasti me amrutam. It is not enough to hear once. Bhuya kathaya triptarhi. I am not satisfied hearing it. Hey Bhagavan, please explain it. What is to be explained? Vibhudim Janardhana Vistarena Yogam. That Atma Yogam, the Vibhuti Yogam. Vistare. Please explain it further and further. Vistarena Yogam Vibhudim Janardhana Bhuya Kathayat Triptirhi Srunoto Nasti Me Mrutam. This is what Arjuna is requesting Krishna. So having requested, next 19 to 42 will be the total description of Bhagavan, describing his glories and powers of yoga as an introduction to the next chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam, in the 11th chapter. Namaskaram to all of you. Thank you for being with me today.